Hi guys, Aslam Khan here to teach you case study analysis. This is always tested on question number 2. Today we are going to do 2016 past paper. Before we move on to the content, I want to remind you one thing. Please subscribe our channel to learn more with us. And also, please do not forget to comment whatever the areas you want to cover in future. You can comment to our comment section. And also, our main aim is to teach the students who couldn't pay fee during this pandemic. So please take this message towards all your friends and reach to the people whom we can as much as possible. Let's start today. This is a case study. Remember, guys, when you are doing a case study, you should be very careful on the terms. Highlighting your case study will give you prominent impact on your paper. So you need to be very careful whenever you highlight a point in the case study. You can score good marks. It's not just going towards the last question and reading out and finding the answer. Always better to know the case properly than moving on to the question will give you a thorough understanding. Let's start today. Using the following case, answer the question number 1 to X. Malati started a business as Mali Fresh Flowers to sell fresh flowers on 1st 2016 in a rented building close to a temple by employing rupees 40,000 and by borrowing rupees 25,000 from someone Mali who is a friend. Now you need to know when you are reading this, when are they starting the business? 1st 2016. So you can mark it down in your writing. Like when you are doing it in the question paper, you should be able to mark it down with a pencil. Okay, so like I underline here, you need to always underline the points. Now you see, I have underlined it. And also you need to say what is she starting Malay Festival. So it's just one person because she's starting alone. That's the reason it becomes Malay Fresh Flowers. You don't have anyone working with her. But then there's another friend who's giving her money. Who is that friend? Saman Mali, but she didn't become a partner for now. But she has given money for Malati. Okay, let's move on. On the same day, rupees 20,000 worth basket were purchased in cash to put flowers for selling. So she purchased the basket to present her flowers in a basket nicely. Selling the flowers to a large number of pilgrims who came daily to the temple and supplying flowers to small flower shops in the area are done by the business. So, what is the main area of selling? They are targeting the pilgrims who are coming to the temple, and also they are near a temple. And also, you might see they are supplying flowers to small flower shops. So these can be very highlighting points in our question. And also, you need to know that they purchased a basket for 20,000. So I'll underline which is very important. So I have underlined 20,000 worth of baskets, and also I am underlining pilgrims, pilgrims who come to daily for the temple and supply flowers. I can say pilgrims who come daily. So this can be business questions. You need to be very careful. Half of the question on the case study will be from business, and half will be most probably checked from accounting. So you need to be very careful when you are doing this sum. Then we'll mark supplying flowers to small flower shops. Highlighting will give you good marks on paper. So please highlight whatever you feel is correct. Then the area, yeah, the area are done by the business. So they have given some information about the business expenses and purchase and sales what they have done. Following information are given for the month of January 2016. Purchase of flower in cash is 120,000. Purchase of office equipment in cash is 18,000. Sale of flowers in cash is 170,000. Paid monthly loan interest is 250. Paid building rent is 4,000. Paid expenses for lower transport for flower transport is 5,000. Accrued electricity charges is rupees 1,000 and paid other expenses rupees 8,000. So no stock of flowers remain as at 31st 2016. So you don't have a closing stock on this business because you don't have anything on the month. So we are doing the calculation for this month. That's the reason they are given on 1st 2016 and 31st 2016. So this is a calculation for 1 month. So you can understand with the terms they use on the case study itself before we move on to the question. Office equipment and basket are depreciated annually at 12% on straight line basis. So you need to see depreciation for office equipment and basket. So let's mark that. You can mark also no stock. Flowers remain as at 31st. I underline that. Then I'm moving on to the baskets are depreciated. FAC equipment and baskets, very important term, are depreciated annually at 12%. Why do we underline, guys? The reason, when you are going towards the question again, you will not read the whole question. You will only, your eye will be seeing the places where you have underlined. So you will be able to catch the areas very easily and very fast. That's the whole purpose of underlining in a case study. On 1st to 2016, Saman Mali has informed that she is willing to join the business and that her loan to be considered as capital. Now, Saman Mali has invested some money into the business. As you all know, she gave 25,000 to Malati here. So now she's saying, no, let it be the money I have invested on your business. I'll be a partner with you. So let's move on to the next part. Now, Saman Mali is becoming a partner on 1st to 2016, not on the previous month. Then you can say willing to join. We have underlined that also. Then accepting the request, Malati decided to continue this business with Saman Mali as Saman Mali Fresh, as they have changed the name as Saman Mali Fresh Flowers. Now the business has converted into a partnership. We can easily find it out. So we can underline that also. Okay. Further, on the same day, a helper has been recruited to the business. So you can say recruiting another guy. So recruitment means hiring guys. You need to know the terms very carefully. Many people doesn't score marks because they don't know the terms. So they have hired a guy, hired a helper on the same day. So let's move on to the question. Now it's that's it straightforward. Now I'm gonna move on to the areas where I have Mali Fresh Flowers is the business they have started on 1st 2016. I have not underlined this area. They employed 40,000. Will underline that also. And also they borrowed 25,000. Okay. So now I can easily move on to the areas where I have underlined. Mali Flesh Flowers employing rupees 4,000, borrowing 25,000. 20,000 worth baskets were purchased. Then pilgrims who come daily supplying flowers to small flower shops. Then we have some information. Then no stock of flowers. Office equipment basket are depreciated at annually at 12%. Saman Mali is joining the business, and now the business name is Saman Mali Fresh Flowers. They have recruited a employee. Okay, now you understood how easy when you categorize the terms in a way, and also you have underlined it in a simplest form. Then of course writing the answer is not that going to time consuming, just very easy. Now when you are doing, you will understand. What is the type of organization that Mali Fresh Flowers belongs to? Now, you might see here. Now you might see Malati is starting a fresh flower business because Malay Fresh Flower is the business she started. Now she's starting alone. So this is a sole proprietorship business. You can easily find out. And they're asking what is the type of business organization that Malay Fresh Flowers belongs to. So you can write here sole. So we have done that also. Let's move on to the next. When we move on to the next part, write an opportunity that can be seen in the business of Mali Fresh Flowers. You might see the opportunity, we have already marked it here. We said that pilgrims who come daily to the shop, that's one opportunity. Opportunity means it's something which you are getting outside the business, it's not inside. If you get something inside the business, we say it as strength, or if we get something inside the business, we can either say it as weakness. Here, outside the business, what you get from outside is the income, customers are the main party, and also you might see supplying flowers, smaller flower shops. So that's also an opportunity we can say, and also they are near to the temple, close to a temple. This also we can say it as a opportunity. So you can write it down anything you feel, but one is enough. So I'll go with pilgrims comes daily to the temple. So you are done with the first question. Let's move on to the second one. Saman Mali states the business name of Saman Mali Fresh Flowers should be registered. Do you agree with the above statement? Yes. You need to agree with Saman Mali. The reason Saman Mali is asking you to start a different name, the business in a different name. So if the business name has changed into a different one, you need to agree. So you will say yes. Don't put exclamation mark. Yes, we can agree on above statement. So then we have stated reason for your answer because the name has changed. Initially, the business name and the people who are starting the name is different because we can't say Saman Mali and Malath, they have said like that. Even if they're saying a different name, like one person's name is on the business, then of course you don't want to register. But if a different name is used, like fresh flower is a different term, so you need to register. You can say when the business owner's name and what we can say, and the business name owner's name and the business name is different, the business should register. Okay, we are done with these basic things. When it comes to second question, that's very easy. And we'll move on to the third question. What they're asking: write an advantage and disadvantage of Saman Mali Fresh Flowers business in compared to the Mali Fresh Flowers business. The Mali Fresh Flowers business is a sole proprietorship. Saman Mali Fresh Flowers is a partnership. So they're asking about one advantage for a partnership, one disadvantage to a partnership. So you can write a lot in when it comes to advantages and disadvantages, but I'm just giving you few points. Like when it comes to partnership, advantages are you can get a lot of knowledge from your partner, you can get finance from your partner, you can share your losses with your partner, you can also come to an understanding with certain terms with your partner. The expertise knowledge in certain fields will be very much high. So you can write one of them. You can say very easy short term, you can say can raise capital easily. What might be the disadvantages? You can't take decisions soon. It's very slow. You need to agree with another partner to take a decision. And also, without his approval, you can't close the business as you want because the other partner also should approve. So most of the time, you need to remember one thing: decision making becomes slow. You can't take decisions soon. Comes Then we are done with the advantages and disadvantages. But don't write like this near the question on paper. You need to write in a writing booklet. So you need to write advantages one, then put a line, write one line. Then after disadvantages, put a line, then write the answer. Then we move on to the next question. Into which management function does the recruiting or help of Saman Mali Fresh Flowers business belong to? Now, I'll remind you there are four functions of management. Number one, planning, organizing, leading, controlling. Planning is where you plan something before doing some certain activity. Organizing is allocating resources. Leading is motivating people to do the work, and controlling is seeing that have, have you done the work as you have planned. So if you have done the work as you have planned, then of course you are in controlling. Now here the question is about recruiting a helper. It's just allocating resources. So this comes under organizing. So you can write here organizing. You can write just organizing, or you can also say organizing is the management function. You can write like this. Okay, organizing is the management function. Then we move on to the next Roman number 4. Saman Mali Fresh Flowers business involves retail business as well as wholesale business. Write an example for each for retail business and wholesale business included in this case. Now, what you need to understand, there are two types of business in local trade. Those are wholesale and retail. They're asking few examples. They're not asking the definition. Wholesalers are the people who are selling the product at reselling purposes, but retailers are the people who are selling the product for the final end consumption. That's the definition. But here they are not asking the definition. Here they are asking the example. So the example, you can say what a retail business is doing. He is selling towards, you might see he's selling towards customers directly. That is retail business because the customer is not going to sell for others. But then he's selling for nearby flower shops. Then of course he's doing wholesale business because he's selling some people and they are selling for other people. That's what we say wholesale. So I can write here retail business. The answer I can write here retail. As the example, you can write. What is the example? You can write selling to the pilgrims. Okay, who visit the temple daily. Then we have wholesale business. Business. For whom we sell in wholesale business? I might remind you guys. Wholesale business is selling to the nearby shops, selling to nearby small flower shops. what they have given in the case study. They're done with that. Now, if you go to the question, you might see supplying flowers to small flower shop nearby. So that's also another reason we can consider it as wholesale business. Most of the time, wholesale business is about selling, and here they are selling it in cash. It's not a problem, but they are selling for other shops. The shops are taking from you and they are selling to customers. Means they have an intermediary, or we say it as some agent in between from you towards the customer. And of course, you are hiring a retailer in between. That's how you become a wholesale business. When you directly sell to the customer, you become a retailer. Then we move on. Write the accounting equation of Marley Fresh Flowers business as at 1st 2016. So now this is accounting. Okay, so I'm gonna write, yeah. From fifth question onward, I'll do down because I need some space to do, guys. So I'll write here assets is equal capital. This is the equation, guys. So I'll write the equation. Okay, liability. Now, this is the question is about they're asking write the accounting equation of Marley Fresh Flowers business as at 1st 2016. So 1st 2016, what do you have when it comes to Marley business? What is the accounting equation we can find? Now you see on 1st 2016, she rented a building close to temple, but how much she is spending? 40,000. So this is an investment. So 40,000 goes up. What will go up? Capital will go up, and also asset will go up. So you can write here 40,000. 40,000 cash has gone up and equity capital has gone up by 40,000. The second thing they are saying that and borrowed 25,000 from someone Malik who is a friend. So if you have borrowed 25,000, what would happen? You are taking a liability. So I can write here 25,000. You don't want to write the meaning where do you get. So it's a cash you are getting 65,000. So this is number one. These are the adjustments you can take. Then the third thing, if you see, you are purchasing some sort of assets worth of 20,000. So your cash is going out and 20,000 worth of basket is coming inside. So that's all, but basket we consider it as non-current asset. The reason this basket is the amount which we are going to depreciate 12%. So we need to consider it as non-current asset. So I will take basket as non-current asset. So third, the money is going out by 20,000. So I can consider 20,000 money is going out, and also I can consider, sorry, I think I have typed it wrong. I always do that. Then 20,000 money is coming inside the business. So this 20,000 and this 20,000 will get set up. So actually your answer will be, I can underline it. So now you can see capital is 40,000 here you can write, and liability is 25,000, and we have 20,000 minus and 20,000 plus will be set off. So you get 40 plus 25, you will get 65,000. So I hope you guys got the answer. This is the basic showing because A should be equal to C plus L. You got A as 65,000 here. So C plus L 40,000 plus 25,000. You got 65,000. That's how you find this first 2016. Let me remind you. That's the reason we didn't go down. We just took only first 2016. So you need to be specific to the question because these details which they are given is only for this area is first 2016. Now this is for month of January. So you can't take this because it is after first 2016. So let's move on to the question number 6. Most probably we'll have now everything you will start with accounting. So because see from question number 5 we are doing only accounts. Then write the double entry level to record a purchase of office equipment of 80,000 in cash. I can write it here for your knowledge. So when you are writing office equipment, you need to know what are you purchasing office equipment. So when office equipment is purchased, a non-current asset is coming to the business. It's an asset. So asset goes up. It's debit. You can write here office equipment account debit. Okay. So then we have something else. Cash is the amount we are paying. So we can say cash account credit. Now you need to write this amount specifically 80,000 and 80,000. When you are writing a double entry, always leave some space. for the credit entry and write in between. Okay, don't start. Some people write office equipment and what to say cash at the same pattern. They all both write in the same way. It's not correct. You need to leave some space when you're writing cash account double entry. Okay, so I hope you guys understood until Roman number 6. Then we move on to the next one. Right to primary book should be maintained by Mali Fresh Power businesses. Now you might see they are not going to use a sales journal or they are not going to use a purchase journal because until we read here they spoke about everything in cash. She's taking money from cash. She's selling from to the business by cash, and she's selling all in cash. So purchase in cash to put flowers for selling. So she's doing all in cash. So there's no credit transaction in this business. So most of the time, except this lady who has given some money, other all are cash transactions. So I will use few primary books. One is cash book, other one is general journal. The reason I didn't take sales journal, purchase journal, return inward journal, return outward journal because I'm not doing any credit transaction. So I'm avoiding this four type of journals. So I'll take cash adjustment number 6, 7A. You can write the primary books. Roman number 1, you can write it as cash book. Second thing, you can say general journal. Why general journal? Because you might deal certain things which you can't put certain transactions you can record it under like depreciation transaction, you can record it under cash book, you can record it under sales journal, return inward, return outward, or purchase journal. So you need to have a different journal to do this. So you will record it under general journal. Then we have how much the depreciation of office equipment for the month of January 2016. So they're asking only for 1 month. Let's move on to the question. Roman number 7. They are saying your office equipment is depreciated at 12%. So what is your office equipment cost? You purchased an office equipment for 18,000. So 18,000 into 12%. You need to see for annual, but now they're asking for monthly. So I'll do here. What is the adjustment number? Adjustment number 7B. So I can write here 880,000 is the amount you purchased into 12 over 100, which will give you 2,160. Now you need to divide it by 12 because it's for 1 month you need to take because this month of January they asking because see for the month of January. So you need to divide it by 12. You will get same 180, 187. So this is the way you find out the depreciation. Then we have calculate the cash in hand of the business as 31st plus 2016. If you really want to find a cash in hand, you need to prepare a cash book. So let's prepare a cash book now. Okay, first you need to know the format to prepare this cash book. Format number 8. Let's do together. As there is no details about, dates about this question, we can directly go on to cash book with the information they are given here. So one is purchase of like whatever you have received, you take it on the debit side. Whatever you have paid, you take it on the credit side. That's easy because they are not given details. Even you can do in ledger account. It's not a must to put a format and do. So it's better we do as we. It's very convenient to us. Okay, so I'll do it in an account, a simple account. I can do much deeper. So do with me this sum. Then I'll merge this also. Take few columns, record this. Then side, and we have recording this area. We will be recording this side also. So done with this adjustment, just to finalize. And finally, I'll put a bottom border. So I can write here description, details, so you feel comfortable. And you have amount, you can write here amount. And the same thing you can write for description and amount. Here you can write debit. Even you can do it in ledger account, not a problem because it's for the 1 marks or 1 or 2 marks. You don't want to spend a lot of time on calculating the format and everything because time is very precious on exams when it comes to case studies. Don't waste much time. So here you have purchase a flower in cash. Before we move on to the sum, you need to know, do we have any bought forward balance? As you know that 40,000 is the money we have in our hand, 25,000 we received. First of all, I'll take this two into our business first on debit side. So I'll take here capital. He invested 40,000. Then he invested, he got a loan, someone money, 25,000 guys. So I'll take that also. Then I just see in the above description, do I need to take any more information rather than before going into the information which they are given below? Let's see. Here they are saying she has purchased a worth of basket for 20,000. So I need to record that basket for 20,000. So I'll record here 20,000. Then let's move on to the information now one by one. As I can't come up and down, I will take this information down for my convenience, but you can't do this in exams. Use this Excel sheet so I can bring the information down. But in paper you can see and see, and right, for your convenience I have taken here. So you have purchase of flower in cash. So purchase of flowers, you can consider it as purchases. We'll take 120,000. Then you have purchase of office equipment. You can write office equipment as 18,000. Then we have sale of flower and cash. So sales comes increase your income. So increase your cash. You can write cash book. They are not given date. If they are given, you should have take date column also. You can write here sales 170,000. Paid monthly loan interest. Loan interest comes under cash book. 250. Then we have building rent. So you can write building rent 4,000. Then we have expenses for flower transport. Transport. You can write 5,000. Accrued electricity charges we won't take because it's not an amount you have paid. It's an amount you should pay in future. What you need to pay in future, you won't take into the books of accounts when it comes to cash book. Because cash book, what you're dealing, what you're receiving, what you're paying, only you should take. What you need to pay in future, you can't take. So we will exclude accrued electricity charges. Then we are moving on to the next part. Other expenses as how much is other expenses? 8,000. I'm going to balance this sum. Right. I'm balancing this sum now. I just want to know how much is on the debit side. 235,000. Then I'm going to take the same amount to this side when you're balancing. That's how you should balance. And you need to see how much you are getting here 20, 120. So this whole total you will get 175,000. You need to calculate and take it because it's Excel. It's very, very easy for me to calculate here. Because when I calculate here it will show the actual amount 175, 250. So from 235,000, you deduct 175, 250. What is your answer? What is your carried down balance? You need to deduct. You will get 59,000. So that is your carried down balance of the business. This is the amount you are going to take for the next month of your business. So 59,750 now because they're asking what is the month end balance, right? The question is asking calculate the cash in hand of the business as 31st. So this is your 31st first balance which we have represented here. So I hope you guys understood the carried down answer. Let's move on to Roman number 9 now. So let's calculate the profit or loss of Malay Fresh Flowers business for the month. Again, 31st, 2016. You can record here under this column. We'll be able to record as, you can record it as profit and loss account. So I'll put a format here for easy and convenient for me to use. Okay, one is I'll put a top border and a right border. Okay, so here I can record the expenses. Same thing applies here also. So I can keep like this as open, and I can write profit and loss for the month of January, and we can say 31st first 2000, I don't know, 17 16. Now let me move on. What type of business is this? Always remember to know the business name. Male Fresh Flowers cash flow profit and loss you are prepared. So you write the Male, because on next month only it became Saman Male's Fresh Flowers, but now it's Male's Fresh Flowers business. So you need to take all your income up, and all your expense will come down. So let's put all your income up. What was your income in this question? You can see you received an income on this area. These all became your expense. Flower, purchase of flower, office equipment, you can't take it under profit and loss because it's an uncurrent asset purchase. It only comes on cash book, but you don't take it under income statement. So let's move on to the next part. We have sale of flower in cash 170,000, paid monthly loan interest 250, paid building rent 4,000, paid expenses for flower transfers 5,000, accrued electricity charges expense 1,000 and 8,000, paid other expenses. So we can take all these expenses easy. Let's take this and record it off. As I said, it's very easy if I can keep the details nearby, so I can do my profit and loss easily. So I'll take this information down, prepare the profit and loss. So you will also will be able to have a good look. So income is how much is my income? 170,000 sale of flowers. So then I had cost of sales. You guys know how an income statement works. Here you will have sales. Then you have cost of sales. Cost of sales is your purchase. You don't have any other things in cost of sales. No opening stock or no closing stock. So you have only purchase. I'll underline it. Purchase 170,000, 120,000. So you will take this next column and deduct this. 120,000 you have deducted, you will be able to get now 50,000. This is your gross profit. You don't want to show this because your final answer should be your profit. Okay, so but for your further knowledge, I'm doing, you don't want to do this way. You can just take the sales, you can just sketch it through a corner of your paper and get your expenses and deduct it and get. But this is a formal way of teaching. You need to know how I did this and how I got this. Purchase of office equipment will not come because it's an uncurrent asset purchase. Paid monthly loan interest will be taken. So I can take expense column down. So I'll write here loan interest and I will record 250. Then I have building rent. I'll record 4,000. Then I have flower transport. I can say transport 5,000. Same way I record in my cash book, taking all the expenses. But accrued electricity charges I didn't take on the cash book. But in income statement, whatever I need to pay, whatever I need to receive, for that particular month, I need to consider. So I will consider it as important charge. Electricity is 1,000. Then I will record electricity 1,000 also. Then we have other expenses. So other expense is 8,000. Now I need to take the whole total of this. I then I record everything properly. 250, 4,000, 5,000, 1,000, 8,000. Yes. So I need to know this total of this. This is, you see here, when I calculate, you can see here the answer 18,250. It's my actual. You need to add it and minus when it comes to your exams. You can't do like me because you are not doing the exams on Excel. You are doing the exams on your marking, I mean your booklet. So 50,000 minus 18,750 will give you an answer of 31,750. So that's your profit for the month. You can say. And so we found out Roman number 9 also. We are done with it. Let's move on to Roman number 10 now. Hold on, guys. I didn't do it correctly because you saw that one thing I missed it in the sum, which I can't take my profit. I took only the information, but I didn't see the case study thoroughly. So let's look into the case study. Did I miss something? Because when you are doing a profit and loss account, you need to see everything you have taken. These things you can't take because these are all purchase and money you have invested. These things you can take. And now I'm seeing that, have I missed anything on the case study? Yes, I missed something. What is that? Depreciation. Basket is 20,000, 12%. Office equipment. We already found office equipment depreciation as 180. So I can record here office equipment depreciation. Depreciation, I can't write dip. I need to write depreciation itself. So, okay. Office equipment depreciation. 180. I'll record here 180. And then I have one more depreciation basket. So I can find it here itself. 20,000 was the basket actual amount. 12% is the depreciation charge. So 12 divided by 100 and into, yeah, 12 divided by 100, how much will you get? 20,000 into 12 divided by 100. You will be able to get 240,000 divided by 100 is 2,400. Divided by 12 because number of months, 1 month only you should take. So here you will be able to get 200. So I will record 200 here. Now I will take the whole total this side. This amount which I have shown is wrong. So I will calculate the whole amount. 18,630 is the amount I'm going to take. So I will take 18,630. Okay, so I'll deduct it from 50,000. Now I'll get a net profit. This is my actual net profit. Whenever you do a profit and loss sum, just go above and say, I did the mistake purposefully to show you. This is how students get, they want to finish it off fast, so they don't see what is the requirement. That's the mistake which I represented now for you guys to understand. Don't do this mistake. So when you just focus on one detail, you are forgetting to focus on another detail. So let's get the difference. So 50,000 minus 18,630, you will get 31,307. So this is your the business. You can say net profit for the month. So we are done with Roman number 9. So let's move on to the last adjustment for today. It's Roman number 10. What's the question? How much is equity of Mali Fresh Flowers business as at 31st/3/2016? Very straightforward. X question. You can find it easily because Mali has invested already 40,000 capital. She had. This is the amount she had in opening because when she invested. Now you have profit 31,370. You need to add this amount with the capital because that's how you will get the final capital for the month. 31,370 profit, you will add it. So once you add it, you will be able to get 71,370. So this is your actual closing capital. Also you can say capital as at 31st/3/2016 is 71,370. So we are done with the A adjustment of X, Roman number 10. So let's move on to B adjustment. What is B adjustment? It says write to non-current assets in statement of financial position of Malik Fresh Powers business as at 31st/1/2016. Whatever you depreciated is non-current asset. So a non-current asset will be depreciated except land. Others all will be depreciated in your adjustment. So you need to remember that these are two basic things which we already did. B, we can easily find it out. One was, what was the first one? You can say office equipment. And second one, we had. So I hope you guys understood today's session and I hope you understood very well. Please do not forget to subscribe our channel to learn more. And this class is purely done to teach the students who couldn't pay fees for commerce classes, and try to give this message to all your known friends to ensure this channel being very successful and you learn it free as possible. See you tomorrow with another recording.